Here's an activity that focuses on the first grade science standard where it talks about different patterns where students are supposed to notice within the sky and where the sun is and weather patterns and all of that kind of knowledge. So, what students will do is they're going to work in Cami. So, you'll notice here that there are different slides that are already mapped out. So, if you want to customize them, you can. But then you'll click Open with Cami. You can add audio directions, video directions before sending this out to your students. If you use Google Classroom, you can just assign it right to Google Classroom, clicking these three bars and hit Create Assignments. So what students will do is they'll come on here and they will draw the night sky and the day sky, and they'll do kind of a quick compare and contrast. If you want to extend your students' knowledge, you can have them use the comment tool and they can add a voice comment or video capture to explain the differences between night sky and day sky. Next, students are going to observe it. So they're going to observe different times throughout the day. So you might have them start in the morning and they might write the time that they're kind of observing. You can actually have them come to the signature tool and do a timestamp. So you can have them timestamp it. You can also do signature tool and you can date stamp it. And so when students add those date and that time, they can then look outside, see what they see, and they're able to kind of say, "Oh, I still see the moon at 6:33 on December 14th." Then they can come in here and they can draw what they see, so they can kind of explain what they see. Maybe there's stars in the sky. Then they can talk about it. And by talk about it, they can choose if they want to do a video, screen capture, or if they want to record their voice. And then they're actually going to go to add media and take a picture using their camera. So students will take their picture, show the night sky or the day or morning sky, and add that image right onto their Cami assignment. If you wanted students to track the patterns and different times throughout a day, you could just duplicate this slide as many times as you wanted. And you could even type in the time for the students, or again, they can use those date and time stamps in the signature tool, and they can talk about it that way. You could also kind of do it as like a jigsaw where maybe you have one student do in the morning, one student do in the afternoon, and then they all compare each other's, observe it, illustrate it, talk about it, and snap about it. And then this is just for vocab. So students will come here, write the definition in their own words, and then they'll sketch it. And again, students can use text. They can come in and use voice comments, video comments, or screen capture. And then they'll use that drawing tool to draw a sketch about whatever that vocabulary word is. And then morning time, afternoon time, dinner time, and nighttime. Students are going to compare and contrast each of these times during these different seasons. So what I would do is I would probably duplicate this 4 times, and I would put up here fall first, and then duplicate the slide, and then have the students do winter, spring, and summer. And then again, they're comparing and contrasting. And again, you could do this as a jigsaw where students have different slides. So maybe one group has fall, another group has summer, and then you have all the groups come together and they compare and contrast. And they might notice, like, why is it that I go to bed when the sun is still up during the summer compared to I go to bed right after dinner, right during the fall time? So you can kind of have students compare and contrast based on that conversation. So a great activity for your students to really think outside the box, and then they can use the tools within Cami to really expand their ideas on each of the different seasons and the patterns of the day and what they see.